Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be reviewing MAC's newest collection in collaboration with Disney. They have released a collection with Cruella, our most evil, villainous character in Disney, mainly because she's a puppy killer. However, I feel like this is a pretty bomb collection. I'm really excited to play around with these colors. Let's see how it looks on the face. I'm first of all gonna apply this duo, powder duo, Cruella Intentions powder blush duo. The packaging just looks like this. I was obsessed with the black and white packaging. Basically, as you can see, it's a blush and highlight duo. It's quite a light sort of pink. It leans more on the cooler side of things. I feel like it's a nice color to use during the winter time. I will give it a go. I don't know why, but I look very tan today. I've already applied everything else on my face, like my foundation, concealer, bronzer, and eyebrows, but I have left my lips and eyes and the cheeks alone, so I can use some of the products from this collection. I guess I'll just, you know, pop my brush into the blush shade. I don't know if I'm getting any product. Oh yeah, I can see. Okay, let's see how this looks. Oh, it's quite pigmented. I don't know if you can tell. But, ooh, oh no, I think I applied too much. So that is the blush. Why does it look sort of patchy on this side? So that's kind of the blush on my face. Let's just go for the highlighter. I don't know which one's which, but one of the shade is called Tickled Punk and then the other one is Cruella Intentions. I'm just gonna go into this highlighter shade, which is a nice sort of champagne-y, almost gold highlighter. And this shade has a little bit of kick up. But anyway, let's see how this goes. I don't know if you can really tell. It's not the most beaming highlight, and I know like maybe this is not the best lighting situation, but there's the highlighter. It does look like it's quite beaming in this lighting, but it is a more subtle highlight. I'll just get closer. I don't know. Let me just... I really need to cut my fringe. It's so long. How do I fix my fringe? Should I just not have it? I'm done with my fringe. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my fringe, but it's just not having it for today. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it go. Maybe I'll just get it out of the way so I can do my eye look. I'm just gonna be doing 3 different looks with the eyeshadow palette. But first of all, cute packaging. Also, they can break apart like this. Excuse me. Creative much. All these eyeshadows kind of break apart and stick back together. They're all magnetized. And I thought that that was something a little bit more fun and inventive for this collection. When I first saw this eyeshadow palette online, I wasn't too impressed. There was a lot of like black and white, but I was a little bit curious and eventually I got suckered in by the packaging and just the concept. When I ordered it and received it, I was actually quite impressed. To be honest, I probably wouldn't get as much use out of the black shade Carbon, and I don't think I'll get much use out of Sinister Shimmer, which is this shade down here, which is almost a black but has golden green shimmer throughout it. So that's kind of like a foiled shade there. I probably will get use out of all the other shades, mainly the 3 here. And then I really like blue, so I'll probably get use out of that. And then maybe the silver, I don't know. I also have a silver eyeshadow that I really use, but I do like the impact silver eyeshadow has. We'll get straight into the first eye look that I'm gonna do, which is kind of gonna be a more neutral red look. So I'm just gonna be using these 3 shades here. I'm first gonna dip into the shade Cruella To Be Kind, which is the most neutral color out of all of them. It's kind of like the most transitional shade this palette has. So I'm just gonna use that as a base shade. Even though it looks like nothing in the pen, it looks almost cool tone. Once it's applied to the eyes, it's such a nice transitional shade. I use the same on the bottom eye just to smoke out the bottom as well. Man, that's like a one and done kind of shade. Maybe with an eyeliner and some mascara, but that's a really nice shade. I'm gonna go into this sort of purpley silver color over here. It's in the shade Need for Tweed and it's a shimmer shade. I'm gonna put it on the inner corners of my lids. Oh, that's actually really nice. It's not as intense as I thought it would be, but it still shows up on the lid. It's almost a cool tone, grungy, silvery purple. It's very light, but it's pretty. I actually use this as like an everyday shade. Uh-oh, my dog's barking. The last shade I'm gonna be going into is this red shade, which I am super excited about, which is called Cruel Love. When I first saw this palette, I was immediately drawn to the red shade and the blue shade. I just love red and blue. Let's dip into it and see what it looks like. I'm gonna just blend it out towards the outer corner of the eyelid. There goes my transitional shade. It's completely gone now. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm just gonna go in with like a small brush, just get a little bit of that Cruel Love shade again and just slightly blend that into the lower lash line. I'm just gonna use a clean blending brush to just blend all that out. So the lower lash line and the upper lid. Just blend out the color so it transitions smoothly and blends right into your normal skin color. This is a very neutral look that I would probably wear on the daily. Well, not really on the daily. Should I really intensify that red shade? I'm actually now gonna go into the silver shadow there, which is called, what is it called? De Villionaire. Oh, I'm just gonna use that as a little inner corner highlight. Is it too much? Oh, there we go. I think it's a little extreme, but oh God. Oops. How am I gonna fix that? That is very extreme. Let's see. I have to just go with the flow with that one. Note to self, that silver shade is actually very intense. I don't know how to fix this. Look, it's fine. Let it go. I'm gonna try and intensify the red shade. So going back to Cruel Love, which is that nice red shade, and I'm just gonna intensify it just so it's more obvious. I'm just gonna use this black shade here in the shade Carbon to just line my eyelids. Let's see how well this is gonna go. This might be a disaster, but ooh, I did it. I made a successful eyeliner. Oh, that was more successful than I thought it would be. Oh my gosh, though. No. No! I totally ruined my look now. Oh no. It's got fallout. The black shade has fallout. Oh no, now I have like black splotches everywhere. I'll cover that up later with concealer. Nothing you can't fix, right? So this is the problem with this black shade, huh? That was more stressful than I intended it to be. I'm just highlighting the eyes with like a dark purple color. I'm just gonna fix up this mess here and I'll be right back. So that is my eye look. So I've got two lipsticks here. The packaging both look like this, very coherent with the rest of the packaging in this collection. The first one I have here is MAC's matte lipstick. It's in the shade Sweet and Vicious, and this is the most kind of natural shade. Oh my gosh, the bullet, it's so cute. The lid has the black and white. It says Cruella on the bottom in red. If you turn it this way, it's like completely black, and then you turn it this way and it has the iconic black and white packaging. So this one is in the most natural shade out of the collection. Let's just try it on with this look. It is definitely a nude, so this is kind of a look. Usually I don't wear a nude this, how should I say it, like white toned? I won't say white because it definitely has a pink undertone, but it is a nude that kind of can make me look a little bit chalky, but I'm sure with a nice sort of nudie dark lip liner, it will work well. So the next lip color that I'm going to go into is in MAC's, what is it called? Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. And this is in the shade Mayhemmed. And this is Cruella's iconic red shade. The packaging again has that iconic black and white lid there, reminding us who this collection is all about. Fringe situation is just, I'm not having it today. Okay, so I don't think I've tried any of MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lipsticks. This is the first time. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of gonna do a gradient lip. I know this looks crazy right now, but bear with me. Whoa. Wow, that is a loud red. I have to admit, it's a little bit intense for me. I don't know if it's because of the lipstick that I used, but the liquid lipstick doesn't feel as drying. They're both a matte formula, but that's very comfortable, surprisingly. I'm just gonna, you know, wash this hand. It looks like I've murdered someone, seriously. going to be lining my lips with the Dose of Colors lip liner in the shade Nitty Gritty. And then I'm going to go into, of course, the Cruella lipstick in the shade Sweet and Vicious. I'm going to be doing my third look. I'm going to dip into this blue shade called, I forget what it's called actually, Chillin' Like a Villain. I definitely feel like this matte cobalt blue definitely intrigued me the most from this palette. I feel like I'm going to struggle a little bit with this color, so I did bring a blue eyeliner. This is Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon in the shade Out of the Blue. Like it suggests, it's also a matte gel eyeliner. So I am super excited to kind of make a bluish look. So let's dive right in. I am going to, of course, dig into the matte neutral shade here to kind of give me a little bit of a base. I've never done like a cobalt blue eyeshadow look before, so this is gonna be the first for me. I did attempt to do a look with this blue eyeshadow before and it was, let me tell you, a disaster. So this is my second attempt. I did try to recreate one of the looks from the MAC, I don't know, promotional photo shoots. I will tell you now, it failed. I even deleted the footage. It was so funny. I wanted to keep it, but then I ended up deleting it, and then later on I was like, oh no, I should have kept it. Let me get right up close. I don't usually wear a bright eyeliner like this, so this is really scary for me. I don't know why I'm being so perfect with this eyeliner, because I'm pretty sure I'm planning to go over it with the blue eyeshadow, so I can actually technically be as messy as I want. This liner is so creamy. I need to get more from this line because this is just crazy. Do I tightline? Okay. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay. Let's just sharpen that. Okay, I know this looks crazy right now, but bear with me. I'm just using it as a base, so I'm gonna actually go in with our main star of the show, which is the eyeshadow palette, Chillin' Like a Villain. Always, ooh, I forgot that this has fallout. And it also has pigment. Look at that. Okay. Let me just pack it on. To be honest, I think it was the liner that had so much pigment that this eyeshadow is just not doing it for me today. If I do this, you can definitely see the difference between where the eyeliner is and where the shadow is. I wish it was slightly more pigmented. On camera, it looks pretty good though. It looks pretty pigmented, but I swear to you, it's probably the blue eyeliner that's really making this look pop. Maybe I need to use like a white base next time. Next time. It's been a hot minute since I've done like this sort of blue look. I think I've only done it once before. It is definitely out of my comfort zone because you know me, I'm usually a neutral gal. So this is very intense for me. I need to do my lower lid. I'm just gonna use sort of like an angle brush like this. I'm going back into that neutral shade, which is in Cruella To Be Kind. I'm going to go back to the eyeliner and do the bottom lid. Ah! Oh my gosh. This side is so wrecked right now. This is so uneven. Okay, I'm gonna try and save it and try and smoke it out with the blue eyeshadow, I mean. It looks slightly better on camera than it does in real life. Just gonna leave it. Okay, I feel like the inner corner is a little bit bare, so I am gonna dip into this beautiful silver shade here, the Billionaire. There is fallout. Just warning you guys. This starlight ethereal shimmer. It's beautiful. If you go heavy-handed with this shadow, it is pigmented. You're gonna be like a silver tinfoil. I don't know, I'm not liking the lid portion. Let me just try and pack on some more pigment. Oh no, this area doesn't seem that blended out. Okay, wait, hang on. I think this is the best I can do right now. A blue eyeshadow look is freaking hard. If you can't already tell the struggle I'm going through right now. If I just put my fringe the way it's supposed to go, and just, oh, it's like a nice smoky blue look. But we are not done yet. I've got one more thing I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna add this Stila liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Psychic. It's this pretty beautiful tie-dye bluish shimmery glitter. It just looks like this. It's so pretty. I just wanted to put something on my eye, just at the center of the lid. Ooh. Whoa. Why do I not use this shade more? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I almost shouldn't have used it because it's kind of made the eyeshadow look a lot more cooler. Like, look at this kind of matte eyeshadow look. That's a look. I think that's a look, but with the shimmer, doesn't that look so much nicer? That's crazy. There's a reason why these Stila shadows are so popular. They're kind of like faded from the beauty hype now, but they were hyped at one point for a reason. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna dip into that blue shade with my finger and see if I can just brighten up on her. I'm like, why am I going over the beautiful shimmer? I think I'm done. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll do my mascara and I don't know, should I do a little bit of an eyeliner? Maybe I'll do a little bit of an eyeliner. I might just line my lids with the matte black shade in this palette called Carbon. I forgot that these shadows, they cause a bit of fallout. We're just gonna ignore that fact. Did my lips, did my mascara, and this is the finished eyeshadow look. I do really like a blue eyeshadow, so I might be doing more blue eyeshadows in the far future. Well, hopefully in the near future. I'm feeling myself with this blue eyeshadow look. I've always liked the color blue, so I'm actually quite happy that it turned out relatively okay. I was struggling there with this shadow. Is this more of a gimmick to you guys, having the shadows be magnetic? I feel like this eyeshadow was not very popular, especially the color story is a bit odd. But to be honest, if you really break it down, you can do some cool eyeshadow looks with this palette. So yeah, it's kind of not a one and done eyeshadow palette. The other two looks I solely used just this palette, but for this blue look, like I had that blue eyeliner that really packed a punch, and then I also used a different like shimmery blue eyeshadow just to make the overall overall eyeshadow look kind of pop a little bit more. But hey, the result is pretty nice. That blue eyeshadow wasn't the best in this palette. It's pretty nice, as you can see, but it's not as heavily pigmented as I wanted it to be. Kind of need to work at it with this eyeshadow, but overall look is nice. I have nowhere else to go, but I'll appreciate this eyeshadow look for the rest of the day. First things first, I think the most exciting and more unique thing in this collection is the eyeshadow palette. I wasn't originally going to get it, mainly because the shades didn't really vibe well with me initially looking at it online, but this is the packaging. It has 8 eyeshadows in this palette. The palette is called Cruella to be Kind, and so the eyeshadow comes in a packaging like this. The most unique thing about this eyeshadow packaging is the fact that it can disassemble into little eyeshadow duos. So that is the coolest element. When it's together, there's no issue just opening it as one palette, I mean. So these are the shades. I'll just go from the top row to the bottom row. It's kind of a little bit chaotic. It does make me a little bit annoyed that this isn't even, but I suppose Cruella is a little chaotic. I do love the illustrations on the palette, and oh my god, those are the shadows there. From the top row, we have this white matte shade called Gesso, and then we have this very pigmented silver foiled shadow in the shade Devillionaire. I love that name. The next shade is a shimmer shade called Need for Tweed, and it's kind of this cool tone brownie purple shade. The last shade in the top row is another foiled shadow, Cruel Love, and I always love a good red shade, so I was immediately drawn to that red shadow when I first looked at this palette online. It's probably one of my favorite shades. That silver though is very pigmented, so that might come into a close second. Now going to the bottom row, we have this black matte in the shade Carbon. It is very black, so if you like a good black smoky eye, this is great. We then have another matte shade, and it's called Chillin' Like a Villain. Love that name, and this is the second color that I was most drawn to when I first initially saw this palette online. Something about red and blues I really love. The next shade is Cruella to be Kind, which is the name of this palette. It is the most neutral shade out of all the colors in this palette. It's a great transitional shade. It does look like it leans a little bit on the cooler side, but when you apply it to the eye, it is relatively warm toned. It does make for a really nice transitional shade, so I really love that. The lucky last one is another foiled shadow. It's called Sinister Shimmer. It's basically got a black base with a sort of greeny yellowy shimmer throughout it, and that also might be an interesting color to play around with. We shall see. I think overall I am really impressed with the packaging. Eyeshadows in general, they're very pigmented, they're very smooth, they blend out very well, and that's kind of a given for MAC eyeshadows. I would be severely disappointed if something was chalky and nothing blended out properly. You know, you can't go wrong with it. The shade combination in this palette is very interesting, but upon applying it, you can get creative with it. So I very much like this eyeshadow palette. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite out of this collection. I definitely think the character of Cruella would be using these shadows, so the concept kind of matches with the character it's based on. I very much enjoyed playing around with the eyeshadows, so there we go. Very interesting packaging though. The next one I have is this blush and highlight duo. It's so sleek, so pretty. It's not a matte texture, it's very shiny. When you open it, it's got like a very light sort of bubblegum pink blush shade, and then we have kind of like a champagne shimmer highlighter, and they're both very nice. I think with the blush, I don't gravitate towards a more cool tone pinky color, but upon application it looks alright. I actually really like it. I think it works for the winter time. I applied way too much today, but if I had, you know, been a little bit less generous with the application of the blush, it could look more natural, like a more natural flush, but it is more pigmented than I thought it would be. So initially I just like I was a little bit rough with my brush on it because I thought it would be a little bit more on the sheerer side. Clearly not. I don't think you can really tell in this lighting. The highlight shade is beautiful. I feel like I could use this highlight shade on the daily because it's not super metallic. It's actually more of a natural sheen and I really like it. I think it gives a nice glow on the face without being too extreme. The next thing that I have are the two lip colors. I will go with the first one, which is in MAC's matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Sweet and Vicious. The packaging obviously looks like this. So sleek, so beautiful, and it's a more natural color. It's definitely a nude, but it definitely leans more pink. It is quite the nude because I'm not used to wearing very light toned nudes. The next lip product that I got was Cruella's iconic red lipstick, and this was in the MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip color, and it's in the shade Mayhem, and it just looks like this. Again, black and white lid with the shade that you can see on the rest of the packaging. It has like the Cruella name in like a foiled red as it does on like the bullet, and this shade, as you can see, I'm wearing it now. Very bold, very bright. I think because I tried to do almost a gradient look, it didn't work. This was way too pigmented and I probably applied too much of it to do a gradient lip. Because it mixed in with the lipstick color, it turned out a little bit more pinky red, but it is still quite the bright reddish color. Like if you can tell by this packaging, you can tell that my lips was a little bit mixed with like a lighter pink shade, but if I were to apply this fully on, it would be much more red. And it is a blue toned red, so it's very vibrant. It is quite pigmented. I do shy away from the red lipstick a lot, but every time I wear it, I'm like, not too bad. At least on camera it looks alright. I think in real life I'm like, whoa, that is intense. This isn't it. This isn't the whole collection. I just bought the stuff that I probably would use most. But the last thing that I have is a eyeshadow brush. This is the number on it. It just says 217S. And it's kind of like a nice blending brush. I feel like I could pack colors on with this, but also be able to blend out eyeshadow with this. I just thought it was cute because it has the black and white hairs on the brush, and it just has like a very sleek design with the red and black, and also again with the foiled lettering on the handle. This is, oh my gosh, why is it so bright all of a sudden? So this is the MAC Cruella collection that I bought recently. I am happy to report that I actually enjoyed this collection. It was a beautiful launch and very timely with the movie that just got released by Disney. Yeah, I still have to watch that movie, but overall I am very happy with the overall look that I got. I tried to wear like a black and white outfit today to match this Cruella look. I'm impressed that I had something black and white like this. I don't think I've ever worn this dress out in public. I have never had the occasion to wear black and white. This outfit definitely gives me Cruella vibes. Oh my gosh, my fringe, I hate it. The makeup look, the dress, I'm liking it. Hope you guys enjoyed. What did you think about the Cruella collection by MAC? And please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching until the end if you have, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!